Alright, hello, and I'm just gonna make another video while I'm driving again. This time about student loans in college and how it's not worth it anymore. Just simply not worth the debt, the stress, and everything that comes along with signing that piece of paper called a loan to get your education. Now, let me give you a little background. My name's Sean. I'm 24. I went to high school, graduated, went to a community college for about a year. I have 24 credits. Realized halfway through that I could be making a lot more money had I started working instead of going to college with the promise of, getting a good enough job to be able to pay back the loans. Well, I was fortunate enough for those 24 credits to not have to pay for it. My grandfather decided he was going to, but I just started doing worse and worse, and because I cared less and less, and eventually I dropped out. Probably the best decision I've ever made. Now, what made me drop out? Well, I have an older sister. She's 31. She went to University of South Florida. She got her arts degree. And where does she work? Staples. Now, I hate to use my sister as an example, but she really did open up my eyes as to how useless a college degree could be. And I honestly thank her, because if it wasn't for her showing me how useless college can be, not all college, now I'm saying doctors, medical, computer science, engineering, all that stuff. But if you're going for English, psychology, women's studies, basket weaving, sociology, social working, whatever, you don't need a degree for that half the time. I mean, psychology, yes, if you want to be a psychologist, but very rare do you need any type of credentials to be having any of those jobs. So, with her opening up my eyes, I realized, well, hey, a lot of my friends, I grew up in a middle to upper class area. So most of the people had their colleges paid for. But recently I ran into one of my old buddies from high school who said he had over $30,000 in student loan debt. And what was his major? English. Very limiting, basically only a teaching job. I mean, he did go overseas and teach English, but it wasn't very high paying. And what I'm trying to say, though, is if college weren't so expensive, it went up 600% since 1978. So what would have costed you $800 a semester now costs 20-something thousand a semester, or something like that. I don't know if the math is right on that one exactly, but either way, it's extremely expensive compared. And not only is it that's just tuition. On average for a graduate is $26,000, not including what credit card debt may have or the parents may owe. That's just for the student. Obviously, it varies per degree, per person. Now, I don't want to just make this video and not give you any advice. Say you do have some student loan debt and you want to get help getting out of it. Well, here is my biggest and most helpful advice I can give you. Step 1, avoid private loans as much as you can. The difference between private and federal loans are private loans have harder and much more, how should I say it, they're a lot harder to pay back. And what I mean by that is federal loans, they can take 10% of your discretionary income. Private loans don't give a shit. They just want their fucking money. They don't care if you make $50,000 a year or if you make $30,000. They want their fucking money. So they're usually going to charge you $900 a month, whereas federal loans 10% of your discretionary. So you might maybe be paying $200 tops, but either way. And so what I'd say, don't take out private loans. Try not to take out any loans if you can. If you're in high school watching this, I doubt it, because I don't have it. Oh my god, what an asshole. And if you can't take out loans, that's probably the best idea. If you can and you have to, make sure your degree is worth it. Don't get a history major. Don't get an English major. Set yourself apart from people. That's what it is, because when you get out of college, you have no experience. So honestly, it's almost better just to jump right into the workforce, unless you're going to be a doctor, medical, yada yada, or it's going to make you money over time. Avoid social science, political science, communications, liberal arts, especially. For God's sake, just do not get a liberal arts degree. Yeah, that's about it. As far as that goes, what can I say? Oh, and then there's few people out there that have 60, 70, 80,000 plus in debt, and they want loan forgiveness. I'm sorry, but whenever I buy something and I can't afford it, I always have to pay it back. But that's the thing, I don't ever buy anything I can't afford. I don't have any debt. I'm 24, and it's the best feeling in the world. Honestly, I can't even think about how it would be to be 20, 30, 40, 50,000 K in the hole without even any job promise. It's just the biggest gamble ever. Yet people are out there, and like I said, if it wasn't for tuition being so high, if it wasn't for books having to be renewed every year, and if it weren't for, you know, this crazy idea that you can't be successful without college, then, you know, I wouldn't have a problem with college or student loans. But the fact that they're doubling interest rates from 3.4 to 6.8, ridiculous. It's just gonna send us into another fucking hellhole as far as economics go. Yeah, but these people that want the loan forgiveness, absolutely not. You borrowed something, you pay it back, you pay the full amount. You don't get any. You shouldn't have gone into forbearance. Sure, you get to save a few years of not paying, but while you're waiting, it's accruing interest. So that's probably the stupidest thing you can do next to making the minimum payment. But I understand. You know, you got bills. You just graduated. Yada yada. Well, all I can tell you is that if you're not going for something super specialized, go to a trade school. Shit, go to a library. You don't even need college really anymore. College was more for people back in the days that, you know, couldn't afford to, you know, learn for themselves. College completely takes away the aspect of thinking for yourself. It's pathetic. All these people out there just do what they're told and are okey doke with it and can't think for themselves and can't apply their own real life scenarios. Like, okay, it teaches you how to do something, not what it's like. So, you know, you can be taught how to do business. That's what my major was in, and thank God I jumped out of that. Even though it would have been free, I don't care. I made money instead of going to class. As you can see, I mean, I'm decently well off for my age. I'm not bragging. There's plenty of people out there with more, but my major advice is don't go to college if you can't afford it. And if you can't afford it and you really have to go, and you're forced to basically by your parents saying, you know, it's what you got to do and you're not going to be successful without it, then, you know, don't do it if you can't. If you can avoid it, do it. Think about it. You're going to be paying interest for 20, 30, 40 years. Now let's just say you make $15,000 bare minimum a year. 15 times 40. Okay. I gotta do some simple math. That's like, I think that's like close to like $600,000. Let's just say that a quarter of that is what you'll keep, you know, due to like living expenses and shit like that. Even if you had that $200,000, you'd be better off than the person with the net worth of even, because he just got done paying his loans. So in all reality, college used to be a great tool to better yourself and, you know, make more of your life. But now it's just way too expensive, and the interest is just killing people. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But that's my thought on it. If you have any questions, you want me to make more videos, whatever, I kind of want to get into this YouTube thing. I have a lot of views. I'm very intellectual, smart, logical. I like to help people. I don't want people to fall down the path that a lot of people my peers' age are in now. It's just ridiculous, the fact that these kids are in the hole so much before they even have a secure life. And I think I'm off pretty bad compared to people. I don't even have debt, and I still think I'm in a bad situation. I mean, I don't have any debt, period. I don't even own a credit card. I never have bought anything I couldn't afford. That's what I was taught as a kid not to do, and it's worked out for me. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I don't even know how many people are going to view this video or have even viewed it all the way to this point. If you have, I appreciate it. So yeah, just let me know what you think. If you disagree, that's great. Let me know why. I want to know. If you agree, let me know. That's great. Alright, well, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Thanks. Bye.